drama. I know what I'm saying.
Okay.
Yes, but some people don't. Some people believe we have village people. You know, the so-called village people. You know, people read more. People read meanings to this, but to me, village people means Yoruba will call them the headers. Well, whichever way. Let me just say in the customary term, juju, the juju people. So that you understand. Some people believe we have juju. We have what we call juju. Some people don't even believe. But let's go in line with this. There is juju. Let's believe there is juju. Because Yoruba will say, Katibi Sanoki Esogun. That we should get to know the existence of juju when we use matches. Let me say that. So, you know, with that little or small stick, you can just have a smash and the light will come up. You understand? That's just a typical example of the existence of juju. That's from that end. Yoruba have that proverb there. But whichever way, it's fine. This is the topic. What do you think about spiritualizing recurring life issues? Let's say you've been having a certain experience over and over. Then you are like, God, what's this now? This must be village people. Some people will have that in their mind. Fine. Some people will not though. But what do you have to say about the fact that is it spiritualizing recurring issue? That is issues that are happening over and over. Is there anything wrong with that? Or what do you have to say about it? We have people in the studio and we have reactions from the people. And then before we reach out to, before we bring the people in, let's ask Sheyi. Sheyi, what do you have to say about that? Spiritualizing issues, recurring issues, so to say.
Well, as you've said, we must have it at the back of our mind that there are some forces in the spiritual realm. So we have to understand that we have village people, as we call them.
Okay, you believe we have village people?
Yeah.
Okay, I love that.
I believe that, but I don't believe it in my situation. Yes, I believe we have them. Yes, that is true. But I think as human and as African, we have this kind of mentality in our head whenever we go through a repeated trials. You understand? You're trying so hard to become this. Things are not working out for you. Your friends are doing great. Your younger ones are doing great, and you are there. You've not. People will start to talk. Your parents, in fact, they will be like, seems like something is wrong with you. Before you know it, you join the church in that your area, and they will tell you that, oh, there is something going on in your family. There is a problem. You get.
It's like Sheyi has become a mother in Israel or a prophetess.
I'm not a prophet.
No, the way you are, the way if you are on, yes, we are on live on Facebook. If you could see Sheyi, the way she's trying to demonstrate, well, she's been trying to be dramatic. Fine. Let her have you.
I'm talking from experience.
Of course,
I've heard people say that, and I've experienced.
No, I was only talking about your reaction, the way you are demonstrating.
Oh my God, oh God.
Continue, man.
So, they'll be like, oh, something is wrong with you. Something is wrong with your family. And you too, you start believing what is not. They will keep pressurizing you on unnecessary issue. You yourself, you have forgotten the necessary things that you're supposed to look into in your life. You haven't even studied. Maybe you need to add to your probably you need to add to your skills. Let me put it that way. You're not even thinking that way. Probably you need to change your environment. Probably you have to change the way you dress. It still matters. But then you'll be like, oh, pastor says I'm facing spiritual problem. So let me start using this soap. Let me start using. You're laughing, Sandra. I use the truth. Yeah, we have to be honest with ourselves. We have a lot of Christians that are guilty of this. They'll give you different stuff. You'll be using it. Oh, this is for favor. This is for this. This is for that. And you will still use it. Nothing will happen. I just feel that we have to, as like I don't want to say as Christian, everyone, we have to understand ourselves first. When you understand yourself first, you'll be able to analyze any other external person that is coming into your life. Like me, it has happened to me before. Somebody called me. I was in the church that day in my house, in my village, and we were singing, and I got a call. I went out, I picked, and the person was like, Olumakaiye. The person called me like an herbalist. Let me put it that way. Yeah, it was sounding like an herbalist. Somebody brought your picture into a they want to use it. You have to make a sacrifice. You have to pay so amount, something like that. Do not tell anybody. If you tell someone, there is a problem. I was in secondary school. Yeah, I just finished my secondary school. There's a problem. Some blah, 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 blah. I was like, okay, really? There's a problem. Fine. The person called me back in the evening, telling me the same thing that, Alpha, my daughter, I haven't seen anything in Yoruba. Everything's in Yoruba. I haven't seen anything. I was like, Baba,
calm down.
Calm down. Any suru. I just told me, I was like, Mommy, imagine this silly man. My mom was, I was like, see, I used to tell my sister, my aunt, I don't think anybody can come to me and tell me that, Sheyi, there is something in it, and I will believe. I don't believe such.
You don't believe such.
Yeah.
Well, I think I could deduce from what Sheyi just said that it could not be like, it might not be the village people at work.
Yeah.
Just think deep. Look beyond your premises. It could be maybe the problem might be from you. You wouldn't know. Well, thank you, Sheyi, for that. I think we have somebody is raising his hand there. Politician, Chime is elected.
Somebody raised their hand.
I didn't raise hand. Okay. You called me now.
Let's have you. Somebody out there is waiting for your opinion.
Let's refresh the question again.
Okay.
In case.
Oh yeah, refresh you. What do you think about spiritualizing recurring life issues? Refreshed.
This question is too deep. It's too deep. Yes. Sometimes spiritually, you can say it happens. There are people, especially, we live in this world, and a lot of people believe in a lot of things. Based on background and
experience.
If I tell you the situation that surrounded my birth, you understand. A lot of things happened. Even I can't. If they never celebrated my birthday till I became, because they thought I would die. 3 people died before me. So when I came, they were just looking at me. What this one?
Whether I will die or not.
Yeah, no greedy die now. No be here. You understand? 3 people, a twin and other one died before me. Now, like my dad told me during those years, because when my mom told me a bit of it, I had to go and ask my dad some questions. He said, even now they are still afraid. Even now they are still afraid.
Afraid of what?
That I will die.
Why? What happened? What's the story behind it?
I don't even know. There is no serious story. But it was later, years later, that my mom discovered that maybe the twin, they were telling him that it might be as a result of meningitis. You understand? You understand? So those were the because when growing up too, I was having constant bleeding. Like this son now, if I just go out of the sun, when we'll be coming back. In fact, I was a special case from primary to secondary school.
Wow.
When the sun is too heavy, the sun is too much. When it's scorched like this, once I touch my nose,
It's
blood. I will be bleeding until I will raise my head and ice water and the rest of them. But if I'm in the house, they bring charcoal. So my mom was too afraid that is this the way they want to take this one away from him? My mom literally went to every hospital in Abadan. So it was a doctor that called her, said that this is natural on this boy. Just leave him. At a stage, he will grow past it. You understand? So at that moment, she was afraid that this bleeding, it will kill this boy. No hospital we take me to this one, they will conduct tests. Some will write drugs and rest of them. So, but my mom, it was a doctor that saw the way she came to the hospital that morning. Said, leave this boy alone. Nothing will happen to him. So, some people now, due to that, the tree that died before me, now they will say, it's like evil. In those days, they will say spirit of the forefathers. So, and my dad, as out of curiosity and fear, he went to ask, the olden days, he said that he made some moves to ask questions. So the reoccurrence might look like something spiritual.
Yes.
You understand? Based on, but my mom was a staunch Christian. Whatever they were saying, he said, no, this is my boy. I cancel it in the name of Jesus. That all those things. So, but see me, here I am now.
Same Lord.
So, hallelujah.
I no agree die.
And
I will not die.
Amen. So proclaim the glory. The glory of God, I mean. No.
So that is it. So a lot of people sometimes we don't find the root of our problem. We'll target village people. People that are not even thinking about you. They are thinking of their own.
But thank God you are from the eastern part of the country, and there are several texts, literary texts that tell of or the belief of the olden eastern people. As far as Ogbanje is concerned, one of those texts we have Buchi Emecheta's The Joys of Motherhood, and Gracie Osifo's Dizzy Angel. Yes, I think those texts, if you can dig into them, you will know the Igbo people, the culture, the then I wouldn't know the then Igbo people. They so much believe that we have what we call Ogbanje children. And I know from that from that intuition, you will not blame your dad to have made moves. Let me just is this boy an Ogbanje or whatever, or is he the village way? Whichever way, I think as you've said, the experience and your background will try to shape your thinking abilities, whether you will just tailor it towards the fact that we have village people. Or not. Well, it's no bad. Let's have Sandra before we have reaction.
When Chimeze was actually saying something, it just occurred to me, just like what makes me to get mark, my bed mark, was actually conversion. I convert a lot when I was growing up, and this is a thing that being in a Christian family, my grandfather was a priest. Like, he will always condemn no. But because apart from he's a priest, you understand, he also is a prince. So the family, like, oh, okay, royal family or wherever. So they believe in these kind of their great grandfather being a king and wherever, that there is this kind of person that comes life and dies and all those things, incarnation and all those things, being incarnation. But the thing there is, when I see this topic now relates to what Chimezena says, they'll always believe, like you say, Ezekiel. Indeed, they believe at Ogbanje and all those things. Not that all those things does not exist; they still exist, whether we like it or not. We can't shy away from it. But the truth there is, a lot of thousands of people, you understand, that maybe normal sickness that they're supposed to take a serious look into it, they determine it is Ogbanje, because that's my own case. You understand? And there's a kind of child that if it's in the abroad, they will look at the child as, oh, probably this child has a special gift to look into it. But because the way they are coming from, you understand, and they were like, oh, no, this should be like Ogbanje thing, you understand, conversion and all those things. After tearing the face, they're like, and I asked them after the face, the things still continue till when I was like 12, 13 years, when the doctor like, this thing she's going to come, you understand, pass it at a certain level, you understand, certain age. They say, no, this is Ogbanje. And I told them, fine, it's not that Ogbanje does not exist. Yes, Ogbanje exists, because that time I always see some strange people. And I told them, yes, I see some strange people. But, it's not like, immediately I see those people talk to me, conversion start, they say it's Ogbanje, this and that. So that's their own belief. That's their own belief. Talking about the spiritual this thing, the truth that is a reality that it exists. We cannot shy away from it. Yes,
it exists. You believe it exists.
It exists. We cannot shy away from it. I know how long it takes with the prayer, the deliverance, and all those things. I'm a life witness. I will tell you, yes, I was once a bungee. Yes, there is not.
We should run away.
There's something that most time when people are doing sometimes or saying sometimes, I looked and I laugh. It exists. All these things exist, but the most important, I keep telling them that they exist. But what power do they have? There's no power that's still more power than Jesus' power. Do you understand? That's why most time some religion, some people like, oh, no, it does not exist. It's a medical things, and yes, there's one that's got like is a medical thing. Look into this person's life to know whether it's just normal sickness or not. But there's all this spiritual thing that exists. We can't shy away from it. I know a lot of people like, oh, because Christianity comes. That's why you use the Christianity to be able to know a child that possesses those kind of spiritual thing to be able to do deliverance aspects and all those things and let the child be free.
It is therefore gotten from Sandra that Sandra believes there are spiritual forces.
There are spiritual forces.
And the fact that if something is recurring, like when somebody is giving birth, the child is giving birth, dying, that's recurring
issues
like that. It could be spiritual. Yeah? That's Sandra. But I got something from her. He said this, and it's just at the way she said it. She said, "You as a Christian, you can use that your faith to fight against the spiritual forces, waging war against your life."
Because you are the light of the world. So no any other forces can come against you.
Oh yes, Pastor Rydon. I think I have this reaction from one of our lovers. She says, most times I would say not everything has to do with the spiritual. Yeah, true. The spiritual indeed control the physical, but there are some mistakes we make, and we fail to realize it, which leads to probably recurring issues. Until one retraces his or her step, then he or she can actually tell the difference. Now the plain fact still goes down to saying, God, please retrace my steps. Where am I missing it? Eventually, we've spiritualized the life issues. Truth is, both of them balance the reality of light. I think this person is trying to be neutral.
It's trying to be neutral.
She believes that we have village people. There are spiritual forces, and at the same time, it might not be. You understand? Like, despite the wala, it could not be spiritual. They could not be village people. Chimeze said village people may be busy doing some other things.
They don't have your time.
Let's just split it. Let's not be calling them village people.
Okay.
Because we have thousands of village people that they are indeed a Christian. I'm talking about
I think
village people.
That's what I said it. I said it when I was introducing the show. I said we tag them.
Them.
It's just a tag.
Yeah.
Village people.
Village people.
Like, village people. The one you said in the morning that happened on the Third Mainland Bridge.
Village people.
It could be village people. But it is I think she has a reaction.
Yes, I have this reaction from one of our listeners. So he says, spiritual things are always beyond human understanding. And I understand that spiritual controls the physical. But our Nigerian setting or culture has affected our ways of thinking. See an example of bad governance repeating itself in our country. Is it spiritual? Nah. We end up repeating the same cycle again and again. We do not have our PVCs, and those would do mostly collect peanuts to vote for the wrong ones, forgetting not we go still suffer together. Okay, now said, I am sure you know this is recurring issue in Nigeria, and it's all our fault. This is the reality. From this example, I will infer we understand that God himself has given us the ability to do things, and due to this, we ought to be in charge. That an issue is recurring doesn't make it spiritual. It could have been a habit we have refused to change. That this habit is surely one thing that could have made such thing recur. So, on the other hand, we cannot remove spirituality from the equation. Common sense should make us distinguish what is reality and spiritual.
I think that's deep. That we don't really have the time. I think let's.
See, I really want us to have, like, I sent something to our group. It's a reality, something that happened to my friend's friend. The guy is not making it. Things are not working out for the guy, and the guy was like, since he started dating the lady, everything went down for him. So he ended the relationship.
Oh, GB.
He ended the relationship. So a few months later, he was begging my friend to talk to our friend so that they can come back together. Like, he made a mistake. That it was like, imagine that kind of thing. I have experienced something similar to that too. There is this ex of mine. So he said he's going through, according to him, he said he's going through a spiritual problem. And me, as a person, I don't believe it. I don't believe it at all. I don't believe in all those spiritual whatsoever. Yeah, because I know that it is what you believe that will manifest in your life. So I don't believe in them. So he says that, and I was like, okay, how can I come in? I introduced him to, I said, I don't have anybody. I don't have any babalawo. I don't have any pastor that will give me we'll use this one to bath. Use this one. I said, okay, let me introduce you to my charismatic priest. I said, this priest God is using him. So I think during their conversation, the priest said, okay, try as much as possible to keep things to yourself. You understand? It's a normal thing. When you've not actualized things, do not say it. Wait until you actualize that particular thing. That is what the priest told him. And because of that, he stopped talking to me. Imagine. The guy stopped talking to me.
He wanted to keep secret.
God bless you. He wanted to keep secret. He stopped talking to me. And like 2 weeks, I just called my brother. I was like, Father, what did you tell this guy? He was like, Sheyi, are you okay? What do you mean? I said, this guy has not been talking to me. And he, is he okay? I said that village people, they never leave him.
Even a priest actually said that.
Someone brought you, and you're still not talking to the person that wanted you to be saved.
Village people.
That's what I say. Sometimes those forces will actually makes you not to get your right say. You understand? And like when I say that it exists, sometimes those forces will actually makes a man that is success in life, progress in everything he's doing. Immediately he got married to that wrong forces person. He's a human being, but the spirit in that person that operates in that person, most time they send them to different mission. They are there to they send them to different mission. It's for you to know what you are carried. You can marry a man that has a strength to go and do something. He got married to such a person like Ogbanje or wherever. You understand? The person will come there and start, the person's business, promotion he won't get, nothing will begin to work in the person's life. As the person is growing, you find that immediately after the marriage, everything is going down. So sometimes it's something that's why it's good for us to pray very well, to ask God, is it the right person? Is it the right things? Do something you need to then pray.
Well, I think somebody needs to hear this somewhere. If you have any problem recurring in your life, let me dig from what Sandra said earlier. She said, use your faith as a Christian to fight any battle you might be facing, recurring or not. God is there to answer, only if you are ready to pray. Yes, thank you, Sandra. Thank you, Sheyi. Chimeze, we are grateful. Thanks for your time. Yes, until we come your way again next week, it will be another experience on this platform. Yes, Street Talk is the show. Kayode Ezekiel is my name. Follow us on our social media platforms on Facebook, Lagoonradio.Ng, on Instagram, Lagoonradio.Ng. Do have unto yourself a blessed day.